Now you also have your own television show.
Yeah, it actually feels weird sitting on this side of the end.
You're used to being the one to get the information.
I'm used to looking good. Now you're caught there. But I've got my own TV show. It's funny that I actually pulled off a TV show, and for the slot that it was in, it was a very hectic slot with major soaps and whatnot. But we gave them a run for the A&Rs, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and we did a pretty good job, and hopefully there'll be a second season coming along.
Absolutely, you've nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah.
When you won Strictly Come Dancing, right?
Yes.
You won. Here's the guy, like 1 million chef, partly the charm and all that. I mean, the whole country, everybody was standing and applauding.
Yeah, I think people fell in love with the character that they saw on the dance floor and everything, and it frustrated everyone. They were like, my cha-cha was so great. I put in so much work. And I'm like, it's getting hard, eh? It is, at the end of the day, as much as it's really about skill, it's a popularity show as well, and people fell in love with the character, and I made it into so many people's living rooms that I otherwise would have never gotten into, so.
But I mean, I don't know if people know this about you. You are one of the funniest, like genuinely funny people. Every time you come into a room, you can make people laugh. You know how to make people comfortable. And you can't be an idiot and be funny. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You can't. I promise you, you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, ne. But
okay, most importantly, Styla Seo has now recorded with Nas.
Yes.
I remember. I was thinking we were tweeting and you were in DC.
Yes.
That trip seems to have been quite a journey for you.
Yeah. I left. I was explaining to Claire earlier on in the makeup room. Hey, she looks very hot, by the way.
Oh,
I told her, like, I left for the US, just a rapper, and I came back an activist. And I think when you go there, you start realizing, I mean, the level where our artists are at in this country, the professional level that they're at, that's where they are at independently, that side. There's a vast number of musicians there, and you find that each musician probably plays 4 or 5 instruments. Like at a gig, these guys could just literally swap. Like the drummer will go to keyboards, the keys will go to guitar, guitar to bass, and you're like, what's going on here? They're so talented, and I think we want to come and, get a lot of our kids involved in extramural activities, learning instruments. It's not always about just going to kick a soccer ball. Yeah, that's dope, but I used to play the violin growing up, and I got laughed out of doing it. And if I could go back, I wish I could just stick to it, and make Ramasata proud, So, kids need to get involved in that. We also a couple of stuff that we're doing called HELP. HELP is a hip-hop education literacy program, which is using hip-hop as an element to teach kids about grammar and literature, stuff that they know about already, So, yeah, that whole trip in the US was just a mind-opener also.
But it's also made you international.
Well, I've always been international, depending how you look at it. We're those guys that, like, we think globally while we live locally, Yeah.
Well, all I can guarantee you about wherever it is where you're going to be.
Thank you, Mama.
Sure thing. Double HP, everybody. We'll be right back with the lovely Miss Claire Mawisa. Don't go away.